Visionaries, Creative's career journey and their life path, with Aviva Martin.
So, Yarden, what was it like for you during this period of Corona? How's everything going?
I hate to admit it, but I actually had quite a good time. I'm having quite a good time during this Corona period. I'm making music, plenty of time at home, sitting on my computer, working on Ableton, and creating music and cooking and having some time with my friends. Yeah,
Awesome. How are your neighbors been enjoying your time playing music at home?
Well, luckily I haven't heard from them too much.
Okay.
So that's a good sign, but I don't think it's a fun thing to be a neighbor of mine.
Okay, so to understand you a little bit better, what was your background? What was it like for you growing up?
So, like, musically, I started playing when I was 8 years old, and I lived with my family abroad. We lived in New Zealand when I started playing. My parents worked for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and so I started there, and we moved later on to Australia and then back to Israel. So I played at different places. I met different people. A very diverse childhood.
Nice. Very nice. So you picked up the instrument when you were 8, you said?
Yeah.
And how was that like for you, playing saxophone in the beginning? Did you love it immediately? Did you just kind of go along with it?
I kind of went along with it. I mean, I never, like, hated it, or no one had to, like, push me to go to lessons or something, but I wasn't, like, the greatest sax player or anything. I just enjoyed it, and I thought it was cool. So I guess that's
what's important, that you enjoyed it. So what did you want to be when you grew up?
I actually really wanted to be a diplomat, like my parents. Not very original, but I loved the idea of moving around different countries and you know, representing Israel. I don't know. I like that, but things turned out to go in a different direction. Yeah, representing Israel maybe, but in a different in a different way. Yeah.
Oh. So do you have any siblings or anything that went into the world of music?
Well, we're 4 brothers and sisters. I'm the eldest, so they all played an instrument growing up, and none of them liked it. They all hated it, and they all stopped playing quite early on. So I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you have a main source of inspiration or a mentor in the field?
I had inspiration from different kinds of places. It wasn't like a teacher or a specific person, but like whenever I was watching like a performance on TV, whether it's like Michael Jackson or Beyonce or like something big and wow, you know, something that makes you go whoa, then that was my inspiration. Like it wasn't necessarily a saxophone player or anything, so it was somebody that took like whatever they did, whether it was singing or dancing, and made it into like this huge thing that makes you go.
How did you learn?
I had like a private lesson once a week, and I was always in a band, like in a school band or a public band, like so I was like kind of a band geek. And when we came back to Israel, I went to the high school called the Jerusalem Academy of Music and Dance, and so there was like a much bigger, broader musical education thing, like you study every day music and
getting very serious.
Yeah, it was much more serious starting at 16. Yeah.
Gotcha. And then in the army, you didn't do music.
Yeah. So when I started singing what I wanted to do in the army, I actually thought like, okay, I was so deep into the music world until the age of 18. I want to try see if maybe I like other stuff. You know, what's like the other side I have. So I decided to go to the spokesperson unit, and I did a really interesting job there. I was like in the field, like out of the offices and stuff in the field, and I had like a job in Judea and Samaria. It was really cool. I liked it. And then I went off to being an officer, so I did 3 years in the army.
Oh wow!
Yeah. But I always had like the saxophone with me. I didn't play as much, but I did play like army gatherings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah.
That's fun.
But when I finished the army, I understood how much I do want to go back to music.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, this was nice, but I really missed like
Do you think that kind of broke you away from wanting maybe an office job or any kind of other thing?
Because there was a period during the Army where my job was only in the office. Like, very, like, stapler and paper and computers. And I was like, okay, this may be interesting what I'm doing, but it's not something I can maintain for a long while, sitting 9 to 5 in the office.
Yeah.
So.
And then when you left immediately, you were like, I want to go into saxophone?
Not like that, because I really had no idea, like, how you make a profession out of this hobby I have. I mean, I knew you could be like a philharmonic player or a, jazz musician, but I could not understand how this relates to me. And that's something I realized, that's a really interesting realization that I had during the way.
So then you finished the Army, and then did you try to join up for the Philharmonic for like a jazz group, or did you immediately try to become an entrepreneur in the field?
I really had like in the Jerusalem Academy of Music and Dance at the high school. It was either being a jazz musician or a classical musician, and there was really no room for anything in between. So, and I really, really liked pop music and electronic music and stuff that were very far off jazz and classical music. And whenever that came up, I was kind of shut off because like you couldn't be tested in those genres. You didn't really study them. And whenever it came up, it was kind of like, well, that's not good enough for us. We either do classical or jazz. So that kind of left me off with like a bad, I just didn't know how you could do something that's not good for that.
Yeah, and you have to love it if you're putting in hours of work every day.
Exactly. And I was like, I'm not going to be a jazz musician. There are plenty of saxophone players much better than me that would do jazz 100 times better and that did not waste 3 years now not studying jazz. So that's not my field. Classical music was, well, I like classical music, but it's just not what I want to do with my life right now. I knew I liked being on stage. I knew I liked it when people were not sitting in front of me, but dancing in front of me.
That's a big realization.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, okay, I'm putting all this energy on stage, and people are just sitting there. I don't like that. So that was a big realization. And I knew I wanted to play music that I liked. I didn't see many other saxophone players do that, so I didn't have like a specific vision in mind. But I started off, I assume we'll get to that later on, but when I started doing that, I saw the reactions of people, and I was like, okay, I never saw people reacting to my saxophone playing like this. Finally, like they're getting me. So that happened when I played pop music and electronic music. It never happened when I was playing jazz or classical music.
So this is your full-time job now. Do you
Yeah,
have any
definitely.
other thing that you do, or?
No, it's my full-time job. I perform almost every night. And yeah.
What was your first gig, and how did you get it?
Okay, so when I was like 16, I started playing at I really understood I want to make money somehow, and I didn't really want to do all the jobs you give 16-year-olds. So I started, I found a piano player, and there was a friend of mine, and we played at family bar mitzvah. Yeah, it was very. Looking back, it was sweet because we bought all the sheet music for like Israeli songs and stuff that people in bar mitzvahs will want to listen to, and we carried all the equipment and everything, and it was sweet. But yeah, that was my first gig.
Wow. And what about after the Army? What was your first gig as a big or jazz?
So when I finished the Army, I started thinking, how am I going to do this? I started playing. So there two things happened that got me into the event field, we call that. So when I just finished the Army, I was sitting with a friend in a bar in Jerusalem, and there was a band playing, and I thought they were really cool, and I had to go in the middle of the show, so I wrote on a napkin, I think you guys are really cool. I would love to play with you. I'll play the saxophone. This is my number. And I gave it to the guitar player, and I didn't hear anything from them for a few months. And then after 3 months, I got a phone call, and someone was saying, "Hey, I got your napkin. do? And then he's like, okay, well, we have a few weddings this week. Would you like to join? And then we set like a small price, and then I started joining them for weddings.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was actually really fun because finally I was playing pop music and like commercial music, and I was making money off of it. I was having fun, and I realized that this whole weddings and events and corporate events industry is like is a big thing, and if you take it seriously, you could actually succeed in it.
So how was branching out of them, working with the group, and then going into making your own independent career?
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. I understood that I really like being in the front of the stage. Like, I understood that playing as a part of a like group with a music stand in front of me and being part of a what do you call it? Section. Like being part of a group was less appealing to me, and I like being free on stage doing whatever I want and choosing the music I want to play on stage. So I started thinking of a solo career, and that's when I started getting a little bit more into electronic music and DJing and like that kind of stuff.
Do you think it was necessary for you to become the independent Yarden in this field? Was it necessary for you to start out with this group? Did you learn a lot from them, or do you think like if you would have just been like, I think this is what I want to do?
Oh, it was definitely necessary.
It was necessary.
Yeah, because I had to like get to know the dance music world from the events and from these kind of stuff. So that's when you play for people who come to dance and have a good time, like a few times a week, every week. You really get into that scene. You know which songs work, and you know how being on stage feels, and what you have to do for it to feel good, and for it not to feel good, and to feel like you're not really doing anything special here. You're just playing your part, or you're really making people smile. And so I started playing with a few groups like that, and eventually they also started understanding that I have my own act, like that you don't necessarily need to put like 5 other musicians and singers with me for it to be an act. So like both sides realized that, and they also enjoyed it because they were like promoting my solo performance too. Like I worked with companies that sell music for events, like they sell DJs and sell groups and stuff like that. And once they understood they could sell me as solo act, it was also the same for them. So, something very easy too.
That's awesome. And that's how you branched out.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what was your first solo gig?
My first solo gig. I don't remember a specific one that was completely solo, but it was definitely something with a DJ, like doing a live on DJ gig. So I did like a lot of those at the beginning, again in events and stuff like that, and then it started going out to clubs, and that was actually really exciting because then it's not just an event for like a private event; it's a club where people come to have a great time, like a late night.
Fun!
Yeah, it was really fun, and I started making my own set, like deciding, okay, I want this to be half an hour. So I built my set, I choose the music, and then like it's really cool because people like get drunk, go out, and then like I don't know, 1 a.m. I come out with a saxophone up on the bar or the stage or something, and they like, whoa, what's happening? Yeah, one of the things I hear the most is like, oh, you're not really playing, right? I think it's always a compliment because it means, I don't know, I'm either pretty enough to be modeling a saxophone, which I don't know. That's weird. But, or it's too good to sound real. I don't know, I'm trying to convince myself that it's a compliment somehow, but I hear that a lot. It's like, you're not really playing, right?
So weird.
Of course, it's like suspicious. No, it's really me just playing here. I wouldn't be standing here.
Like, oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, so you wanted to move out of the genre world of classical and jazz and kind of get into your own thing. How was that learning-wise? Like, compared to that you grew up learning a lot of things that were based on like jazz and classical, how was it for you learning pop music, learning DJ music?
So it felt so much more natural for me. Like when studying jazz and classical music, and it was fascinating, but it didn't come to me as, with the same passion and thirst. So when I started getting to the pop and the electronic music, I mean, I was just hungry for more. Like it was really, it came to me naturally. And it was not only studying the music I'm performing, it was studying the whole, the job of a performing artist. It had to be what you're wearing, what you do when you're on stage, like what does it bore the people when I'm just standing there playing, even if it sounds amazing? Do I have to like make it more?
I've noticed you use hand gestures.
Yeah.
Like a couple of times with like a jacket, you'll like say something and you're
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hand gestures. I'm not a big dancer, so I try to do it. Yeah. I mean, with a violin, it's a bit easier. You can, be a little more.
There's more
Saxophone.
Cool. So what do you have to do with this kind of job, like beyond performing and playing the instrument?
So I'd say that it's just like 10% of playing the instrument. The other 90% would be a lot of communication with clients and contracts and stuff like that are a bit boring for me, but it's a very big part of the job, like promoting yourself and answering clients that call and sending them the information they need, stuff like that. And then it's the whole thing of self-promotion on social media, which is something I put a lot of time into. And I can definitely say it has got so much work flowing towards my way. Like,
Because of social media.
Yeah. It really amazed me, like, how much effect that had on the jobs I was getting and the people that were coming across my music. So it's a lot of marketing, a lot of formal stuff, and it's not as much practicing like scales or anything. It's mostly
The background.
the background work. Exactly.
For the contract, do you have to have like a lawyer or like anything like that?
You don't have to have anything. You can just like write your own contract. You can see contracts online that are like examples. I have like a family relative that is a lawyer, so I sent her like what I had and got some tips. But it's pretty basic. It's just like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna get paid. This is when, and if not, then this is what happens.
That is where you're at. Unless you come and you just play and you become their neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I was gonna ask about like how long did it take for you performing and getting better at your craft, but since you have so much background, I guess it wasn't that difficult for you because you said it was easy to go into the world.
Yeah. Because the jazz and the classical stuff, it really gives you the basics for music. Like, it gives you this technical ability to then hear a pop song and like be able to play over it in like a second. So that's a really good like basic training. And then so going into the pop music, electronic music was pretty easy for me in that field. But when working with the computer and music production software and stuff like that, these things were totally new for me.
Which ones do you use?
So I use Ableton, and for DJing I use Dorado, and it was like a whole new world of electronic stuff that I had to learn from zero, and that was super exciting for me. I mean, I had no idea like how you do the most basic things when I started, and then I started watching tons of YouTube videos and tutorials, and it got me pretty. I mean, I produce my own music, so it's really cool. You can get online. That.
Just through like the computer and having YouTube, you can basically teach yourself the whole background.
Exactly. And I took a few private lessons from a friend of mine who's like really an Ableton rock star. It was fun. So yeah, that's the things I had to learn from zero.
How about performing? Did that come naturally to you?
It did. I mean, as a child, I always liked performing. It's not necessarily with an instrument. Like, I like break dancing and doing magic tricks. It wasn't embarrassing, but I just like being like in front of people and doing something.
Yeah.
So that came naturally to me. People always tell me they could see I'm having a good time. So time, the product will happen this time.
Very nice. What's something that you didn't expect about this kind of job?
Something I didn't expect. Well, it's really not. Well, I need to think about this a little more.
Take it down.
It's just so much work that's not related to music. I didn't expect it to be this way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a musician and you're not dealing with music most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and another thing that surprised me is like in the movies, whenever you see a movie about a band or a musician or something, and like it's like they work really hard, they write their music, and then somebody comes knocking on their door, like a big label or a manager, like we found you, and in real life, I learned it doesn't work like that. So that surprised me. So like no matter how good you are and how talented you are, I mean sometimes it will happen, but mostly no one will come knocking on your door saying, we discovered you, you're going to be the next big thing, we're putting this money on your brand and you're going to shine. But mostly it's not like that. And I learned that this dream of somebody finding out about you and like discovering you is it's not real. It's only in the movies.
So basically you have to create the opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. You have to go out there, create the opportunities, get ready to hear a million no's and maybe one yes. And hold on to that yes and try to do the most with it. And you have to put yourself out there. If you will not go out and try to achieve a specific goal you have, no one will come and help you push you there or something. It simply doesn't happen, or at least it doesn't happen to me. I don't know.
I feel like it doesn't happen.
I know those movies. It's just like this manager comes around and they just have to be nice musicians and does all this shit around it.
Yeah, and I think that's like the good and the bad about social media is like you have this ability to put yourself out on the platform, you get so much more traction, and it really promotes your brand. But at the same time, it's also like you think that you start something and you put it out there and you just keep trying it, like not making any moves in real life, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole other thing.
That's true.
But what would you say is the highlight of your career so far?
Well, I would definitely say the highlight was opening there were 2 opening shows I did that were like amazing. One was for DJ Marshmello and one for the Chainsmokers, both here in Israel. They were crazy. I mean, when I got off, before even going up on stage, I saw like it was between 10 to 15,000 people these shows.
Oh my god!
And you see like just a crazy amount of people dancing before you go up on stage, and you realize that these people know their music. Like it's not people who like I don't know just went out to a club for getting drunk and having a good time. It's people who like this genre of music. They know it's new and they came to have an amazing time with it. So yeah, these shows were crazy, and it was just like my solo act that I've been working on for so many years, and just pretty much imagined it only in my head, like standing on the DJ booth and having my name on the screen and having the lights do exactly what I told them to do. And yeah, so these shows would be the highlight.
Wow, that's insane. That's so cool. What does an average workday for you look like?
So not during these Corona days. Normally I'm a night person, so I'd go to sleep pretty late. If I'm performing, then it's normally late night performances, and if not, then I'll just work till late, and then I would wake up maybe a bit late. And then I would start my day with checking emails. I perform abroad almost every weekend, so a lot of the communication with people is emails, so I would deal with that most of the morning and afternoon, stuff like that. I work on my social media quite a lot. I'm thinking like which videos I can edit a bit now to upload and stuff like that. And I would work on music, like sitting in the studio trying to write music, produce music.
So just sitting in the studio for you, what does that actually look like?
So I have a home studio. I have all my equipment there. It's mostly opening Ableton and trying to just playing with some plugins, recording some stuff, trying to see like a fun thinking of something creative and something new. And working on, that's when I'm working on new stuff. But mostly there's plenty of stuff to finish. I'm the worst at finishing songs. So mostly I just sit with like a list of things I have to finish, this song, this remix, this, and so yeah.
Do you find that you're like a perfectionist with these things, and that's why you don't finish them, or is it there's so much?
Yeah, I think I'm perfectionist.
Yep.
Yeah, with my music I am. With other stuff in life, not really.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's your career. So.
Yeah. It's also very hard to know like when a song is finished. I mean, you could always add another layer, add another piano part, add another drum beat. It's really hard to say like, okay, I think this is perfect as it is.
Do you have people that you consult for this that you send to?
I do, but not enough. You know, I wish I had more people that I trust musically and have the time and energy to deal with me.
Yeah, and like give good feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I let friends hear it and stuff, but you really want to professional feedback, it can't just be friends.
Yeah, true. What sacrifices does this kind of work entail? Like sleep hours or things like that?
Mostly I think social time. Like I really can't be consistent with friends because like my job is in the evenings, and people normally meet up in the evenings. So if I like try to go out with a friend, it can easily be canceled if I have something that comes up last minute, and it's very hard to find evenings that I'm not working and not preferring to stay at home. Yeah, I have a few friends mad at me that I didn't come to their wedding or something because I you can't cancel a show when it's just booked. Yeah, when you're finding it and either you're like not booked already or something like that. It could be.
A lot of performances back to back. How long is an average performance of yours?
So in weddings, I usually come for an hour and a half and do like small short sets. And clubs, I usually do like a 30 to 45 minute set. And also in like corporate events, when I do a set, it's mostly 30 to 45 minutes.
What skills or traits do you need to succeed in this kind of job?
What skills do you need? I mean, it really, when you're independent and you don't have a boss, you know, telling you what to do and when, you have to be very, you have to have your, how do you say that in English? Smart.
Like, not management. Discipline. You have to have good discipline.
You have to have good discipline. I mean, you could easily be watching Netflix all day and, you know, doing plenty of other stuff when you don't have someone who's telling you what to do and when. Especially when it's about creating stuff from nothing. It's not like you get a list of shows and you can choose now which ones you want to do and which dates you want. You need to make people want to at their event or at their club or at their party and call you. So you need to create enough content that would be interesting, will catch their attention and make them want you at their party. So if you don't have self-discipline, you won't find yourself doing these things. I mean, you might be performing with others, going to performances with bands and playing for others as like side jobs, but you won't be making your own thing. You don't have self-discipline.
What project is really meaningful for you?
A meaningful project. Well, I can't think of something too big, but like one we did recently, since all the shows were canceled because of Corona, I like everything was canceled, obviously, and all this free time, and I thought like of something I can do that will cheer people up a bit. It sounds cheesy, but I feel like the atmosphere around me was so depressing at the beginning of this whole COVID-19 situation. So I wanted to play for people. I didn't have any shows. Everything was canceled. So I contacted the Tel Aviv municipality, and we did like we found a really cool rooftop in the center of Tel Aviv, and we got a big sound system there. It was cool. And we did a 30-minute live set for all the buildings around us.
Oh wow!
It was really cool.
Did they know about it in advance?
No, it was a complete surprise.
Wow.
Yeah. So like I think it was like 5 p.m. started playing the music, I was like on the roof with a saxophone, and people started coming out to their balconies. It was quite meaningful because these are not people that bought a ticket to my show. These are people at home in quarantine. And people of all ages, some really old people, some really young people, just coming out to their balconies with the hugest smiles. Like, really, they were so happy. It was really beautiful. People were just, like, trying to understand what's happening around them right now.
And someone's playing a saxophone.
Yeah. And it was heartwarming. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I can only imagine being there, how cool that must have been.
Yeah, because they all came out to their balconies, like being home all day. So, and seeing something fresh.
Who knows? Maybe they were just on like their couch for 9 hours.
Yeah.
We got up.
Exactly.
Amazing. What makes a good sax performer from the aspect of a saxophone and from the aspect of a performer?
So from the aspect of a performer, I would say liking the music you're playing. I can say this about myself. When I was playing music I don't like, I was not a good performer. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be a good performer, relate to the music you're playing. I hear this a lot, like that people hire saxophone players for their parties, and they know what they're playing. They're good musicians, but nobody's noticing them. Nothing special is happening because they're clearly doing this for the paycheck. I mean, like they know when they start and when they finish, and they're not really enjoying playing. I don't know, pop music. You have to actually enjoy what you're playing, and that makes a difference. And you know, for a saxophone player, what makes a good one? I don't know. You gotta know the basics. I feel like you can't just start from where, like, I'm playing. Like a lot of people that want to start playing ask me, okay, how can I start playing the song you did on YouTube? And I feel like this could be nice as a hobby if you wanted to start playing this kind of stuff. But if you wanna master the saxophone, you gotta work your way through different genres and a lot of really hard work of sitting at home and just playing boring stuff.
Would you say that you could do that nowadays with YouTube, or would you still need a teacher and training?
You definitely, for saxophone, you definitely need a teacher. I feel like some instruments are okay to learn through YouTube, like guitar and piano, maybe drums. But saxophone, it is so necessary to have a teacher, at least for the beginning. I always say that to people when they ask me about it, because you can make so many mistakes, like physically when blowing the saxophone.
That's a lot of air.
Yeah, it's a lot of air, and you have to put your lips in a very specific way. I mean, you can make so many mistakes and get used to them so quickly that it's better just get a professional to explain it to you. Yeah.
For someone who would want to start out the saxophone and then would go get a teacher and start learning the basics, do you have to buy a saxophone?
No, you start off by renting a saxophone. Normally you start off by finding a teacher. Sometimes the teacher would come with you to the shop and rent the saxophone for like 3 months, and then you have a period of time to decide if it's for you.
I think it's Yeah, cool. What advice would you give yourself for when you were starting out?
Chill the fuck out.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I always take things a bit too seriously. Because really, I mean, eventually, I'm not a doctor. I'm not saving lives here. I'm just, making people happy, making music, and I think I could take things a little more easier. Yeah.
And what aspects do you think you were taking them like too hard?
I mean, it's good that I make a big deal out of my shows, and I have everything organized, and I know exactly what's happening. But I think doing it in a little more, taking it a bit easier, and knowing, like, trusting yourself more to know that you'll do your job properly, and then taking everything else a little easier. I think would make the journey a bit funner, maybe.
Interesting. I feel like a lot of people I've interviewed have said that in the beginning they were very stressed about it.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if that's also because everyone I've interviewed has succeeded in their creative endeavors.
Oh, it's crucial to be stressed out, you think?
Maybe
Yeah.
at the beginning.
I mean, definitely people that I've met that were too chill
What does working smart and hard in this industry look like?
Working smart and hard. So as I said, definitely working with social media. If I see a musician that wants to be successful and they don't have Instagram, I mean, I don't understand that. I mean, it doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter what you think about it. It doesn't matter. For example, TikTok. I don't like it. I don't sit there and do these videos, but I open TikTok because I understand that this is something that's growing now, and this is another platform for people to be familiar with their music. So
I use TikTok as well.
I do whatever it is. I don't know what it is on there. Yeah, because it's not about liking these platforms. I mean, it's part of the job. I mean, I'm not saying open Instagram to, upload pictures of your boyfriend in the Maldives. I mean, that's a great thing to do if you like it. But if you don't like it and you have a business, then you still have to. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say for a person who wants to start out and get to maybe the place that you're at?
I'd say, so work on your social media. Take yourself seriously. I mean, if you decided you wanted to be a violin player in clubs and parties and events, then make your business cards, make your website, make everything look professional. It's kind of like a fake it until you make it, but have a website. Even if you have, only done 3 gigs throughout your whole starting career, make sure you have a website so people can take you seriously. Hire a photographer to take professional photos of you. Like, make things professional. Take yourself as serious as you want, others to take you. Because I mean, if I see a musician that tells me I really want to work, how do you get all these events? And I'm like, do you have a website? No. Do you have a video I can show people? No, I only have this video on my phone. Then these things will really make it harder for you to, make it bigger.
Okay, and then the contract you can find online and...
Yeah, so some of the formal stuff. Contracts are super easy. You can always ask a friend that is independent to, show you. I built my own website using Wix. These things are...
It sounds exactly like the Wix says, I built my own website.
I mean, they're not paying me to do this advertisement, but it really works great. I do my own socials. I even do a lot of, you don't have to put a lot of money into these things, especially not at the beginning. For example, I think all my songs, most of the graphics I have, like the covers to my songs, show posters with dates and shows and stuff like that. I do by myself with websites that allow me to do that. I mean, maybe it could have looked more professional, but you have to at least at the beginning, work with what you have. You don't need to be spending your money on the best video editors and the graphic designers and stuff like that. A lot of these things these days you can do by yourself, and believe me, it looks professional.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying spend all your time by doing things that others do for you, but find the balance between what you can do yourself and promote yourself and what others can do.
And then getting the gigs, would that be reaching out through social media or finding people in real life?
I would always say reach out. I mean, I don't think many things could go wrong, but by actually, sending an email to someone. So I always say the worst case scenario, they won't answer you. I mean, you have to understand you're going to hear so many no's and come in contact with so many people that do not understand what you do and why you do it. You just can't let that be a thing. I mean, it's 100% part of the way. You just have to understand that. And once you understand that, it's not as dramatic. I mean, you get plenty of no's. I mean, the amount of people that I, wanted to work with and stuff, and they were like, no, thank you, or didn't even respond. It's a lot of people. So you just have to be cool with that and go into the next thing. I mean, sending emails does not cost money. So.
Could you tell us about how you got the Sound Politics?
Yeah, so that's a gig I got through trying to think creatively of how to get people's attention. So a few years back, I think like 4 years, something like that.
4 years.
Sean Paul performed in Israel, and I saw like the advertisement, and I thought this is where I want to be. I really wanted to open up, do an opening act for him. So I thought if I would just contact the producers, they would probably look at me like, what the hell do you want from us? You're a saxophone player. It's not like, what do you want? So I did a Sean Paul medley of his songs with like saxophone versions, and I took a photographer. We did like a video of me playing that and the beach in Tel Aviv.
With all the people?
With all the people, and like people were playing in Moscow. Like it was very natural, like not a stage exactly. It was
wow.
It was really fun. It was just like a few minutes, and it was edited. Like I edited the songs and everything, and I put it up online. I put it on Facebook, and I wrote like, help me reach Sean Paul. Wrote something up, and then a lot of people shared it. Facebook pages shared it. It wasn't like tens of millions or anything, but it was a decent amount.
Yeah.
And it did reach the producers, and they did invite me to do the opening act. So that worked out exactly as I planned.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that simple, I have to say. I mean, at the beginning, they just saw the video, and they're like, yeah, we'll see. And like, it was kind of just enjoying the fact that this video brought them a lot of publicity and attention. Yeah, it made more big sell.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I really had to push it, and then
how do you push it? How do you do something like that?
So you call them a lot of times. Well, it is a fine line between pushing and nagging, and it's definitely it's really hard being on this side where you want to achieve something, and somebody out there has the ability to do that and does not have to. I just try to always make it as easier for them to say yes. Right. What I mean by that is like I don't need them to find like call the soundman and ask for a saxophone microphone. I got that. I'll bring that with me. I don't need them to talk to the DJ and ask. I already spoke to him. He knows me. It's okay. We'll do it. Like make it as simple for them to say yes as possible.
Do you think it got easier with time now that you have like a fair amount of like traction and like people know you?
Yeah, definitely. That was like really the beginning of my career. Now it's much easier because like I know most of these promoters and most of these producers, and they know me, and I have my name in the electronic music field, and like if they check out my socials, they see their traffic. So it's much easier now. I can't say it's very easy now.
Yeah.
It's still but it is much easier now.
Cool. So we're at the fire round portion of the interview. Okay, so I really like this question. Okay. I hope you like it too. If you were a cave woman in cave people time,
Okay.
and you had a role in the tribe, what role would you have?
I think some kind of, I hope they had performers. I would say something in their performance deal that I would juggle for them.
You would juggle?
Something kind of wrong. Whatever. Just make them all sit around a little bit.
If you were to take one course from one person in any field, what would it be and who?
I think any course from Phoebe.
Phoebe?
Yeah.
I'm just like, is it because the parents are like from the course?
Like, just Phoebe, how on earth did Phoebe make this work so long? Like, what's your magic? I don't know. I've learned anything from her. Not that I'm, on that.
Yeah.
But just as a person, I would want to.
I mean, as a business person.
As a business person, as a public person, and
He knows his feet.
Yeah. You know what he's doing.
Certainly knows. And he doesn't know how to play with socks.
No, he does not.
What's your favorite word?
Maybe creativity.
Oh, I like that. Least favorite word?
That's in Hebrew, actually. Pilagi.
Pilagi.
Yeah.
Like the calm down.
Yeah, like calm down. Relax. I hate the English spelling. I'll do it.
Favorite curse word?
Anyway.
Also Hebrew.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. Best trip, this is your pleasure.
Okay. Okay. So I always like ski trips. Ski trips, most of the time. I played a lot of ski resorts, and I love skiing. So
That's awesome. Favorite gig?
opening for DJ
Marshmallow. A person on the street gives you $1 million. What is the first thing you buy with them?
I would definitely go on shopping sprees, but if you could buy a private jet for $1 million, I don't think you can, but I would.
That'd be a little bit more.
I would want a private jet. I travel so much, and I was like, I want a jet.
That's a whole other aspect of your job is how much you travel.
Yeah, I travel a lot, and like I love traveling, and I love airplanes, and I love the whole experience. But life can get you very tired, and yeah.
What do you always feel accomplished after?
Starting a new song.
Yeah. That you're writing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Morning person or night person?
Night.
Night person. Who can always make you laugh?
Make me laugh. Probably my boyfriend.
Okay, that's good. What recharges you?
A call with my mom.
Favorite song to jam to? Play to?
Favorite song to jam to? Well, there's a song I really like, and there's got quite Marlowe. It's called Legends by Stadium. Like, whenever that plays in the show, like, that's my song. So, yeah.
That's nice. How much of your success do you attribute to luck, and how much do you attribute to hard work?
At the moment, I'd say 90% hard work and 10% luck. But I think to make it bigger, you need more luck. You need like 30% luck. Yeah, because I feel like even if you put like 1,000,000% of hard work, there's still this place for luck that has to take place.
Interesting. First thing you want to hear the pearly gates of heaven, assuming you go to heaven.
First thing I want to hear?
Yeah.
The free buffet.
Free buffet? I love that! Free buffet! Smell that brings you good memories.
Coconut.
Life's motto right now.
Enjoy the journey, not just the destination.
Favorite bumper sticker you want to have?
I don't know. Don't have one.
Okay, that can be a bumper sticker. Don't have one. Don't have one.
I like that.
What's your next dream?
My next dream is having a full set made of only my music.
Oh.
Yeah.
To be like the act, like the full act of the night?
Yeah, to be the full actress and like the headliner and having my show built from mostly my songs, not just by inclusive others. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on
Thank you.
the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. See you next time.